Okay, in personality psychology, there are basically five personality traits that are in the big five personality models. So introversion is not really like mentioned there, but it's like the opposite of extroversion because extroversion has two dimensions. Extroversion has enthusiasm and assertiveness.
Okay.
So it's like when you are low in assertiveness, you carve tilts more into the neurotic side of the trait. So it's like the opposite of extroversion. But in the big five model, it's not there. So we just say you're introverted because you are low in extroversion. So you say so now technically from a psychological perspective, you simply say that you are low in assertiveness and you are low in enthusiasm. So that means you are low in extroversion. So you tilt to the side of introversion. So you're more introverted than you were extroverted.
Did you study psychology? Because for me, psychology, I just studied it as a module rather than as a course unit, you know. But did you take on, did you major in psychology?
You know, surprisingly, at campus, I studied a business course. It's a Bachelor of Business Administration. But then, along the way, into my own research, I self-educated myself through personality psychology, and I have read my ass off through all the literature concerning temperamental science and human behavioral differences. So, like, I think I've read 3 times more than a psychological bachelor's degree holder. It's like
you have extensively covered that.
Yeah, like I've read extensively. It's like, yeah.
This year you're saying you want to release more music than you've been writing for others. You want to record more music than you've been, writing for others.
I've written music for the artists in the mainstream industry for 13 years.
That's huge. 13 years, a decade past.
That's not normal.
So you
like for 13 years, and I feel like, so there's been a conflict. You make music and want to put it out there for airplay, but then you need a team to drive that. So what you say, you have a management, you have a team really drives that, but then you don't have it. But now you're composing music for the artists in the mainstream who have the team. So your own music that you're pushing for airplay is competing with the music for the people who have a team required to push that to the heights. So then you find that your curve tilts more to the production side. So you are more known as a songwriter than the person competing with the same people in the mainstream. And that's all predicated on the fact that you don't have a team. But the people you're making music for have teams. So they are more powerful than you. So your own music that you make for other people becomes more powerful than the music you yourself just try to push into airplay.
Why did it take for you to come to a realization that, hey, I think I need to have a team work close to basically connect or push my music out there? Because I knew you for being an independent artist, one-man army that was pushing, literally doing stuff for yourself. But I'm sure along the way, it came to you that I think I now need a team. And for a man of your stature who's been in the industry for years, it must have taken you time for you to decide on who should actually now, be riding with you.
It's been like a 12-year quest. So I am a well-behaved person. I'm very, very careful with the way I relate to people. I'm very careful with my words. So I make sure that everyone that I meet is just interested in meeting me the second time. So I am really focused on that. So I've met several people since 2010. I've spoken with so many people. I've tried to work with some people. There's just some sense of inadequacy in the way people work and the way people perceive the industry. just different from the way I do.
Yeah.
And you realize that it's not easy to find somebody that really understands your vision. You understand? It's like, there's a number of factors that are involved in that, like respect, regard for your own perspective,
Yeah.
respect and regard for the perspective of the industry, and then and also hard working and behavior, and so it's not easy to find a person.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that eventually you get to find that person after 13 years. Man, hey, I have made music for the mainstream artists for 13 years.
Yeah.
And it's like I've been considered like the top songwriter of Uganda for 13 years. It's like that's not something easy. It's until about 5 years ago when like songwriting as a faculty grew, and now you can name a number of songwriters around. But for the first like 5 years, like before when I came in 2010, there was Silver Chaplain, and then Silver Chaplain went to study law, so he had less time for the artists now. And then there was my brother called Travis Kazibwe, that was Dr. T, so who was considered more of the other side of the band music and that. So like in the mainstream, I was just like Nince Henry there.
Yeah.
You get, and that took a span of like 5 years. You get, until then Mose Radio got an idea of starting to sell some of his demos to artists. So now we had another person, Mose Radio, as a songwriter, and then also of course others that have came up in Machidi and other places. But man, like for 13 years, and I've been doing that, and I'm glad that I've been respected by the artists and the people for that. But now, I mean, like the story of Kanye West. It's like you come in, you're a good beat maker, you're a good producer, but then you're telling these people, but no man, do not address me as that. I am competing with you guys, like I'm competing with you. I'm a rapper, I'm not just a producer. But then the mainstream is like, no, Kanye the best producer. No, I'm competing with you, say Kanye is a rapper. And it's not easy to get people to understand your perspective.
Because I know you took your time, and people take time because of various reasons. This industry, at some point, you can look at it as a jungle. You can, it's hard to find loyalty. It's hard to find people who know what you're about, your aspirations, who understand the business dynamics and the business models. As far as the music business is concerned, musicians who disrespect agreements, managers who disregard and don't follow these agreements they put in place to the dot, and it's been a big problem, for both the artist managers, but also for the artists themselves, But for you as a creator for music and as a businessman, where you see this going, what made you zero down on Ivan Kama as a manager?
First of all, I think temperamentally, there's congruence between me and Kama Ivan, because I think he has the same values that I have. Like, he understands my perspective, first of all, because I couldn't zero down on him after 13 years. It's like I've made an assessment of him since he came into the industry with FIFA Maker. I watched that and I was like, wow. So someone is now suddenly registering a new genre, a new type of music into the mainstream, and has pushed it to the heights, and it's now accepted. You get, like, before FIFA Maker, who really believed that someone could just come up and like mumble the words onto a beat and do that, which you say rap, and then become commercial. So the commercial state that was never there. But then that guy brought that genre to the mainstream and created a star. That was from nowhere. That is all predicated on the energy and the values that he has now. Then he came and he also tried on artist who is Palazzo, and you all know what Palazzo did. How you get so, and then I watch and I'm like, man, I think I like the way this guy works. You get, he wants to be number one. He doesn't want to participate. He wants to be the leader. So he never wants to be a group member. You get, and that's the kind of person you need. So, and then there's also, because to me, man, I think Chicho Chisingira Dalakubera important is respect. The problem with most of these people who are managers, managers, is the regarding of that artist as your subject. That's dangerous. It must be a regard of that person as a business partner.
That's the word. Business partner. Yeah.
Respect their perspective, values. You can understand them. Omuntu oyo gwokola naye artist mutegeere. Don't be a dictator. Tomubuulira bulizi, tomulagira kyakukola kakati olaba njagala ogende ku studio, njagala ogende wala. Hey, do you have time? Because tomorrow I'm scheduling a studio session for you. It's very important to be respectful.
Now, when you say way to now concentrate more on releasing your own music, you're also a renowned writer. Doesn't that in any way create some sort of bias in what to give person A or person B and what to keep to yourself?
I'm not saying I'm now concentrating more on releasing my music. What I'm saying is I'm trying to push my brand up to the heights as Nince Henry on the stage. You get it. So to increase my value, and then my rate card also goes high. So now, then check yourself as you walk to me for a song.
Let's go. You've been so outspoken the last couple of months, thanks to Twitter and the social media platforms. I'll read that one of your tweets in verbatim. Philly Luutaya is one of the greatest artists Uganda has ever had, but that doesn't mean he was the most creative. There is no Philly song I listen to and get wowed. His lyrics were average. What did you make of that? What was going through your mind when you were putting all this together?
Truth was going through my mind.
So you don't think he's one of the greatest?
Man, I've listened to like hundreds of songwriters all over the world. Babyface, the L.A. Reeds, all lyricists that you know, the Kerry Hill songs. I've listened to songwriters. And in Uganda, I've listened to kids who write songs. When you listen to Mose radio songs, you all know how Mose used to drop his lines. Very poetic, artistic. And really interesting. So you cannot trivialize that. Under someone who recorded music in the 80s in Sweden, there was all the ground for him to and you can, to me, I stand on my word. There is no song, with all respect, man, and people confuse this. People think that you're disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting. I have so much respect for that man. And you just can't imagine how much respect I have for him. The point is just that there's no song I listen to and I'm like, I could not do that. How did he think of that line? It's not there. But there's a number of Mose radio songs that I listen to and I'm like, you get. So it's like I'm saying that people don't like saying the truth.
Are there any Philly Luutaya songs that you can pit against some of your creations? No.
I don't say they are sober. My point is that I'm not pushing any of his works down the scale of competitiveness. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm saying that this is good work. But it's not that this is unimaginable. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like people don't. I don't know whether people can really understand me. I'm saying that this is nice. It's good, but this is not unimaginable. It's not like this is magic. No.
Who are those writers or singers you can rate as the best three of all time?
The people who have composed music in Uganda. I listened to a lot of Ed Wamala. And that guy had, I liked him so much, and when I became technical, so I can make an analysis of someone's lyrics, so I can say, I think this guy was so good, and he was old. And lines are dropping. Then when you listen to Paulo Cafero, this guy was poetic, was melodic, he was very creative. The way he chose his topics, he would pick a subject, make a thorough assessment, make an introduction, give an assessment that gives you a report. Like, you don't call that average. It's not average, man. That's real talent.
Number 3.
And then of course there's Mose Radio. You get it? Not in that order, but I think those 3 people. I just I can listen to them all day. But I'll be honest with you, and people don't understand this. Philly Luutaya was blessed. He worked in an environment where he had a team to edit his works, to see through the production process that the final product was the best that would come out.
I was seeing that with the artists of the time.
Okay. Like all the factors were in his favor. Okay? And then this other, unfortunately that turned out to be a blessing, this guy, because when he came out as an infected celebrity, then also, that was followed by a campaign that pushed that to fame and then the sympathy factor and all the factors were in favor of him coming up but man, here's the thing. To market the song today, in the mainstream industry of Uganda, 90% of all the music hopefuls come to me for either advice, either for a song, either for what can I do. Like all those artists that you see have met me at one point before their breakthrough. You get? And there is a lot of music being created down there in studios because people create music even on the phones.
You recently said some kind words to Airpass. I'll again capture one of your tweets. You're like, hello dancehall artists. You can make dancehall, but try to be meaningful. Be saying something, not just mumbling words on the beat. Find a subject and drive to a meaning, not just fwa fwa fwa. Say something since Airpass stopped making dancehall, the genre vanished. Nchokuba Airpass werekera okukola dancehall. Your genre yabulaho. That means other guys are basically not doing dancehall. DJ Michaels, Ziza Bafana, I'm still thinking about the names.
You see, I have listened to dancehall music, a lot of it. I've listened to all those guys, the Ninja Mans, the Beanie Mans. Those guys are always saying something. So the talent of you creating a dope word flow on the beat is what excludes you from everyone who is trying to do that. Now, My brother Epas is highly creative, very creative, and most especially as far as dancehall is concerned. His word flow, the way he drops his lines, and I mean that's what I'm talking about. Ziza Bafana is very good as well. So now my point is, if Ziza Bafana is not releasing music as much as he used to, and Epas is not releasing music dancehall as much as he used to do, what are you all the other guys doing? Just try to make sure that you do the right thing. Like these guys really make music. Like I want someone to make a dancehall song. I'm saying you can. So some people are Uganda road. Uganda road, it doesn't matter. Be saying something, but take it, because I'm not sure. I'm sure that not everyone is. I know so the Patois language, which is the real definitional language for the dancehall music. But you can do it in your Uganda. Say something like Caesar Bafana does. The way he drops his line, this is Uganda lines, you get. So like say something, don't just flow the beat or the beat with words that don't have any sense.
Don't make sense. Nice. The conversation still continues.